Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Özge Narin Dağ. I'm working as a product designer and lead product manager at Teknasyon. Today, I will speak about UX actually, most of the time. And I will continue my speech in Turkish. If you need, please take your translators. I think this is one of the most difficult speeches of these 2 days because this is the second day and this is after lunch. So I will try to get your attention as much as I can. Aslında ben hepimizin bildiği...
Me actually would like to start with something that I think that you all know. And Bitcoin declared as the national currency in El Salvador in recent years. I think that it got you excited. Also, they wrote an Chibo application named Chibo to support this. I am interested in that. I'm designing UX, and I would like to know that how the user experience is going around there. And when I started looking into, I saw people who went to El Salvador and experienced Bitcoin, and one of the persons that they tried to make payment with Bitcoin, they said that we can't take Bitcoin, there are problem in systems, etc. And at some point he says that I don't have any cash or something on me, I may have to stay here for free. And they say that you can stay for free, and he understands later on that they don't know how to take payment with that. And with the woman on the second frame, they do it together, they discover themselves. And she seems happy, and she says that it's good, it's fast payment. Also in the picture, as you can see, if you know that layer 2 protocol to receive payment with Bitcoin, Lightning protocol, and no one knows about this protocol, they don't know how to use it, etc. In the last frame, there's a person that tries to make Bitcoin transaction from ATM, but they said that ATM doesn't have cash. The security says that I don't know where you can withdraw money, etc. But there are always things that try to block payments and transaction with Bitcoin. And what I mean is that an idea could come sound very good to us, but having them and using them in practice is hard thing to do. I entered into blockchain technology so late. I started trying to use it too late. Everyone trying to buy and sell cryptocurrency, and I've developed mobile applications for 10 to 15 years, and I thought that I could do this job as everyone else can do, but I will directly start with DeFi, I said, but where should I enter it? I thought that I could start with MetaMask. I got the first shock with secret phrase. They say that if you lose your password, I would expect this secret phrase from you that consists of 12 words. If you can't know that, you can reset your password and all of your data are lost forever. And it might seem familiar to me, but for me, for a normie like me, it's frightening, and I thought that they would just ask me a secret question and I would reply that. For example, what's your maiden name? And I thought that it would be so easy, but that happened. But I said, I thought that I will try everything in MetaMask. I tried to implement a wallet. They need codes, digits, and it was hard. It was a nightmare, kind of. Adding a network is hard thing to do. There are many fields that you have no way of knowing. What I'm trying to say is there are many things that you can do. How does the secret phrase work? Why do they give you all of these? What does it mean by having all of the power? What are they trying to do? We have to convince user to use these. And here, for example, here now they have a QR code, readable codes, but when seeing this for the first time, it's frightening. Something maybe you know that you can sell what you do, but you can sell why you do. We say that what we do usually, but there are many products that do the same job. How are we different? This is important. And you should start with the question why, continue with how, and conclude with what. First, convincing a user. Let's say that there is a user, and bringing a user to your platform is easier compared to making them familiar and convincing them to stay permanent. And we have to, for example, here, have to convince them. So what does this theory say? Here the circles are interconnected to our brain. We have limbic system, different areas. This manages our language and understanding. Limbic system manages our wants, for example. So, for example, limbic system makes the decision of purchasing for us. This is why we can't explain everything totally. And based on this theory, as good marketers, we should win hearts by playing to limbic hearts, or then we can win the logic by saying why and what. This is the most efficient point, I think. And metaverse, I would not like to stuck on it, but when you think of a new user, here the MetaMask landing page, it says that I'm a crypto wallet, it says, and this is what I am, but it doesn't say why you should use me. And actually it's an environment that brings all of these frightening things to a much familiar environment. All of these things, they are frightening. Also, I'm just talking for normal people. Let's say the normal people came to this landing page. It's hard for them to understand. How would it make useful to me? They have question to what, answer to what, but not answer to why. Here, while it doesn't answer to why, but it says that I'm presenting you a limitless environment. My difference is being limitless, it says. Also, it keeps the enthusiasm of the user high. Limitless is a strong word, for example, and then they explain the reasoning. We brought the user to the environment, we told them why they should do so, but how do we retain the user? And the hardest part is this actually. We are calculating all of them, I think. Here, I'm kind of an older generation compared to the population here, but here, in our first Ataris, you remember Street Fighter, Mario, etc. So, I think that users come to us with a full health bar, but all hardship, etc., causes health loss. What we have to do is to strive to not let the health bar drop through all of their journey. This is one of the things that it's getting permission due to security, due to different concerns, people don't want to give these permissions. But generally, we have a generic pop-up, and we gave the pop-up, and we say that we want to get your permission, but we don't say why. And here, this program says that if you invite your friends, it would be better for us. But if you give us permission to address book, you may able to add all of your friends quickly, because otherwise you have to enter them one by one. And they explained why you should give that permission, and that makes it easier. Then, in another thing, to assist the user experience, there are interactive directioning and feeding them with many pop-ups and guiding them on what happens when you press that or this. By convincing and assisting them, we have to contribute to their journey. This is the kind of a new technology. Maybe it's not a new for us, because we are talking in an organization that was held for fifth time, but it could be new for them, and we may have to transform all of these. They, for example, have fears, they have habits, and this technology is outside that. One of them is onboarding. And after that, Web2 platform thought useless, and they try to keep it short. So, but introducing something and teaching that, I think that it's important for their experience. But for example, like we, the enthusiasts of this, can just skip all of them, as we know this already. But I think that it's important to give every information to a newcomer. And another thing is the informing people. And in a digital environment, 4 seconds, 5 seconds are important. And while you are making your user wait, there is no way your user can understand what you are doing on the background. At the best chance, the user is seeing a loading screen, and for example, if I see something like that after 3 or 4 seconds, I think that it got stuck, I think, and I killed that app. But if it were to told you what it is doing on the background, it would be great. For example, here, depending on your connection speed, it takes 4 seconds. It says that I'm creating the wallet, it goes to the next stage, I am backing up to iCloud, I'm doing this or doing that, and finally it's saying that I have finalized your wallet, and while doing that it prevents churning of the user, and also it helps us to focus. And we have to make what we are trying to focus on more prominent, and same color, same size. For example, I made for example, it asks a question. It asks like, would you like to do transact? But they don't know what is it. We know that, but we are experienced. It should explain also about, for example, maybe we have come there to make swaps. We have to give our users single focus point at once. It's to prevent user confusion. Also here we have two landings here. There is a landing that answers the question what, but the second one is the landing page that answers the question why. And it says that I'm going to give you an ID that describes you. As it speaks to me, it becomes easier for me to understand it this way. But otherwise it would be hard. So I would like to round up what I have talked upon. And now we have digital marketing And in such an organization, let's say that we have downloaded the application, we have to convince them, we have to answer the question of why, and so we have to introduce them to the new environment they're in. Also, we have to think about retention, we have to think about why they should do what we want them to do, and what to support this. We are doing many things, user research, etc. But it's important for us to support our user through their journey, and being able to transform the habits of the users are so important. This is all from me for today. Thanks for listening to me, and have fun in the organization.